this video, we are going to discuss the differences in templates. In this video, we are only going to discuss what makes each template different. So let's start with template A. Template A is our least technical template. All of the preliminary pages up until Chapter 1 are exactly the same across all documents. Here is Chapter 1. The big differences in template A are how your sub-level headings are styled. So as you can see, level 1 is bolded and centered, level 2 is bolded and to the left, level 3 is bolded, italicized, and centered, level 4 is bolded, italicized, and to the left, and then finally your 5th is simply underlined and to the left. Another difference in template A is how your tables, figures, and equations are numbered. So as you can see in this sample template, your tables, figures, and equations are all numbered consecutively throughout the entire document. That means if you have two tables in Chapter 1, they're going to be called Table 1, Table 2, and then if you don't have another table until Appendix A, that table is still going to be called Table 3. And those are the big differences in Template A. Now let's have a look at Template B. As I said earlier, the preliminary pages across all templates are exactly the same, so this is a look at Chapter 1 in Template B. So as you can see, your sub-level headings are exactly the same as Template A. Template B is a very good middle-of-the-road template. It's a little bit more technical than A, but it's not as technical as C. So as you can see, the sub-level headings are styled exactly as they are in Template A. Let's scroll down and look at the tables, figures, and equations. So the big difference is how your tables, figures, and equations are all numbered. So in Template B, they are numbered by chapter number first, and then by the number of tables, figures, or equations in that chapter. So for example, if you have two tables in Chapter 1, they'll be called Table 1.1 and Table 1.2. If you don't have another table until Appendix A, it will be called Table 8.1. Same thing for your figures and equations. And that's the big difference in Template B. So now let's take a look at Template C. Template C is our most technical looking document. It and Template C with schemes are identical, except for Template C with schemes has one extra title page, and I'll show you that when we get to it in just a minute. But Template C, as I said, is our most technical. All of the sub-level headings are bolded and left aligned. The difference in Template C is that they're all numbered. They're numbered first by chapter and then by number of sub-level heading in that chapter. So you can kind of see an example here. Now let's look at our tables, figures, and equations. So in Template C, they're exactly like Template B. Tables, figures, and equations are numbered by chapter number and then by number of tables, figures, and equations in that chapter. So again, like in Template B, if you have two tables in Chapter 1, they'll be called Table 1.1 and Table 1.2. If you don't have another table until Appendix A, it would be called Table 8.1. As I said, Template C and Template C with schemes are identical. The only difference is Template C with schemes has a list of schemes. So if you're a chemistry student and you have schemes that need to be referenced, you will have a list of schemes that will pull in those title informations here. And then you also have a section for schemes, or you have a quick part for schemes, and it pulls up just like the figure quick part. Your schemes are numbered below the scheme just as they are in figures. And that is Template C with schemes. Finally, if you are a College of Education or Department of Psychology student, you are required to use the College of Education and Department of Psychology template. Everyone else can choose whichever they please. It's between you and your committee, except for College of Education and Department of Psychology. So let's look and see what makes your template different. So your preliminary pages are identical to templates A, B, C, and C with schemes. Your sub-level headings are similar to template A and B. Your first level is bolded and centered. Your second level is bolded and to the left. Your third is bolded, italicized, and to the left. And with the new APA guidelines, your fourth and fifth sub-level headings are both headings and paragraphs. Your fourth and fifth are also styled a little differently. So your fourth is bolded and italicized, and then your fifth is just simply italicized. So that's one difference in your template compared to the other templates that we offer. Another difference is how your tables are titled. So your table title does go above your table just like any other template, but you have a table number and then you will have your table title below the table number. It's also italicized and double spaced, as you can see here. That's to follow APA regulations. They are numbered consecutively throughout the entire document, just as template A is. And then your figures are another difference. So again, they are titled below the figure. We're not following APA guidelines in that regard. We wanted it to be consistent with our other templates. But your word figure 1 is bolded, and then your title does start in the same line as your figure number, and it is italicized, just as the new APA standards. The new APA standards do require that they are double spaced and it looks exactly like the table titles, but again, we wanted to keep this template sort of similar to our other templates, and it doesn't follow strict APA guidelines in that respect. So that's the differences in templates. If you have any questions or concerns about which template you should use, feel free to contact our office anytime. You can contact us either through phone numbers here or through our email here.